Students, today we are starting our new topic of chapter executive, and the new topic is permanent executive bureaucracy. Uh, when we started our chapter, we have done the difference between the political executive and permanent executive. Political executives means those executives which elected for 5 year only, which who elected by the political influence, okay, like leaders. And permanent executives are those executives which elected on their ability, okay, on the basis of their ability. Clear? And that's like and they remained on their post or seats uh, for their full tenure. Clear? Like IAS officers, that are permanent executive. So today we are starting permanent executive, who implements the decisions of ministers. All of you know that all the policies and the laws are made by the ministers. Okay, but these laws are only presented by the minister, not prepared by the minister, because uh, for their help there is bureaucrats, there are IS officers. Clear? Who implement the decision of minister? तो ministers decision ले रहे हैं, उनको implement कौन कर रहा है? The executive organ of the government includes the prime minister, the minister, and a large organization called the bureaucracy. Clear? Or the administrative machinery. To underline the difference between this machinery, the military service, it is described as civil service. Okay. Trained and skilled officers who works as permanent employees of the government are assigned the task of assist the minister in formulating policy and implementing this policy. So now you're in this from this topic, your first question is, who are the bureaucrats? Okay, clear? Then answer is it is described as civil service. Okay, what is bureaucracy? It is described as civil service. These bureaucrats are trained, okay, skilled, trained होते हैं अपने काम में, skilled होते हैं officers who works as permanent employees of the government, and these IS officers assist the minister in formulating their policies. Clear? It means bureaucrats are those who are skilled, trained, and perfect in their field, and they appointed on the basis of their abilities, and they help ministers in formulating policies and implementing these policies. Clear? In a democracy, the elected representative and the ministers are in charge of government, and the administration is under their control and supervision. Yesterday you have done that every minister has one portfolio, okay, one or two according to their experience. Clear? So in a democracy, because we are living in a democracy, and the representative are elected by us, the leaders are elected by us, and these ministers have their own departments, and the functioning of this department is smoothly run by with the help of these officers. Okay, ministers को department दे दिया, help कौन करता है? आपके executive, permanent executive, IS officers, ministers. In the parliamentary system, the legislature also exercises control over the administration. The administrative officers cannot act in violence of the policy adopted by the legislature. It is the responsibility of the minister to retain political control over the administration. Your IS officers cannot violate the policies adopted by the legislature. If a policy is already adopted by legislature, ministers, but IS officers cannot change in it. Okay, it is their responsibility to assist the leader, not to violate the policies. Okay. India has established professional administrative machinery. At the same time, the machinery is made politically accountable. Clear? The bureaucracy is also expected to be politically neutral. It means you can write the features of bureaucrats, you can write the features of bureaucracy. Your next question is, your first question was, what is a bureaucracy? What is the permanent executive? Okay, and now what are the features of permanent executive? First लिखिए skilled, second trained, third they cannot violate the policies of legislature, fourth politically neutral. These officers जो officers who assist the ministers, but they are neutral regarding politics. Neutral means stay away from the politics. They help ministers, मदद करते हैं ministers की, but they remain neutrals. This means that the bureaucracy will not take any political position on polity matter. In a democracy, it is always possible that a party is defeated in election and the new government want to opt for new policies in the place of policies of the previous government. In such a situation, it is the responsibility of the administrative machinery to faithfully and effectively participate in drafting the policy in its implementation. You know, all of you know that in democracy, government is not stable if the government is coalition government. Coalition government, it means if no party gets the clear majority, then some parties get together and make a new party and make a new government, and that is called new government and make government. अगर किसी को भी पूरी मेजोरिटी ना मिले, कुछ पार्टीज मिल के गवर्नमेंट बनाए, दैट इज़ यू कैन से दैट कोलिजन गवर्नमेंट. ठीक है. इफ़ अगर एक पॉलिसी स्टार्ट हुई एक गवर्नमेंट के टाइम में, but it was not completed in the first government time, and the second government came, then it is the duty of the IS officers, bureaucrats to continue the policies which started with the first government. Clear? जो पहली गवर्नमेंट के साथ जो पॉलिसी शुरू हुई थी उनको कंप्लीट करने का काम किसका होगा? आपके IS ऑफिसर्स की ड्यूटीज़ होगी. द इंडियन bureaucracy today is an enormously complex system. Okay, it consists of all India services, all India services, state services, and employees of the local government, and the technical and managerial staff running public sector undertaking. कौन कौन होता है इस ब्यूरोक्रेसी में? ऑल इंडिया सर्विस मीन्स सेंटर लेवल, state service state level, employees of the local government, it means local government, and the technical and managerial staff. Clear? Makers of our constitution were aware of the importance of non-partial and professional bureaucracy. Clear? Our constitution maker wanted that the bureaucracy must be non-partial and professional. Now write down the fourth features of bureaucracy. We have already done skilled, trained, cannot violate the policies of legislature. Now fourth is non-partial. It means bureaucrats never favor anyone. Okay. Next, professional. They do their duty in a proper manner. Okay. They also wanted the members of the civil service of bureaucracy to be impartially selected on the basis of merit. Okay. So our constitution wanted to make bureaucracy impartial. If a person talented, if a person selected on the basis of their quality, of the basis of their ability, then that person always be impartial. अगर एक इंसान अपनी एबिलिटी से चुना जाता है, कोई कमी नहीं है, तो वो हमेशा पार्शियल रहते इम्पार्शियल रहता है, किसी की भी मतलब इन्फ्लुएंस में नहीं आता. क्लियर. नाउ राइट द सिक्स फीचर इम्पार्शियल. लिख लिया इम्पार्शियल. तो नाउ राइट द सिक्स फीचर्स selected on the basis of merit. Clear. So the UPSC has been entrusted with the task of conducting the process of recruitment of the civil servant for the government of India. So our constitution maker wanted that the bureaucrats should be able, should be non-partial, should be professional, should be selected on the basis of merit. So they wanted their selection fair. Okay, so a commission was set up, that was UPSC, and the main function of the UPSC was to select the IAS officers, bureaucrats. So now next question is who selects the who appoints the permanent executive? Answer है UPSC, Union Public Service Commission. Similar public service commission are provided for the state also. Okay, in states, who appoints the your permanent executive? Public service commission, state government. Member of the public service commission are appointed for a fixed term. Next feature, they appointed for a fixed term. Next, their removal or suspension is subject to a through entirely made by a judge of the Supreme Court. Okay, and no one can remove these IAS officers. They only removed when a special method is to be adopted for this, and by the judge of Supreme Court. Okay, inquiry होगी पूरी. While efficient, so that this was adopted removal, so this type of removal system was adopted so that no one can influence these IAS officers. अगर कोई इनको इन्फ्लुएंस करेगा, इनको अपनी जॉब परमानेंट नहीं लगेगी, तो वो इन्फ्लुएंस हो जाएगा. While efficiency and merits are the norms for recruitment. So on which basis these IAS officers selected? Merit and efficiency. Clear. The constitution also ensured that all sections of the society, including the weaker sections, have an opportunity to be part of the public bureaucracy. For this purpose, the constitution has provided for reservation of job for the Dalits and Adivasis. Subsequently, reservations have also been provided for women and other backward classes. Okay? These provisions ensure that the bureaucracy would be more representative and social inequalities will not come in the way of recruitment of civil service. It means if these persons are selected, they will be selected on the basis of merit, efficiency, scaled only, and no social inequality will be come in their way of their selection. Okay, fair selection होगा उनका. Next, these are the classification of civil services. All India services, Indian Administrative Service, IAS officers, IPS, Indian Police Service, and second is Central Service, Indian Foreign Service, Indian Revenue Service, and in state services, sales tax officers. Persons selected by the UPSC for Indian Administrative Service and Indian Police Service constitute the backbone of the higher level bureaucracy in the state. All of you know that in our country, all the government function IAS is done by IAS, IPS officers. Okay, you may know that the controller of a district is most popular officer of the government at the district level. Controller your DC, उसके बाद DC, DM, These are the officers. Do you know that the controller is normally an IAS officer and that the officer is governed by the service condition laid down by the central government? An IAS or IPS officer is assigned to a particular state where he or she works under the supervision of the state government. Okay. IAS ऑफिसर्स IPS ओवर हर एक स्टेट में स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के अंडर काम करते हैं और हर स्टेट के अंदर IAS की अपॉइंटमेंट कर दी जाती है. हाउएवर द IAS और IPS ऑफिसर्स आर अपॉइंटेड बाय द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. अपॉइंट लेवल देखो, एक होता है स्टेट लेवल के ऑफिसर्स और एक सेंट्रल लेवल के. IAS आर सेंट्रल लेवल ऑफिसर एंड HCS जैसे हरियाणा सिविल सर्विसेज होंगे तो HCS वो स्टेट लेवल के होंगे. तो IAS अपॉइंटेड बाय द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट बट वर्क अंडर द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट बिकॉज दे आर अपॉइंटेड फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर स्टेट. Apart from the IAS and IPS officer appointed by the UPSC, the administration of the state is looked after by officers appointed through the State Public Service Commission. As we shall study later in the chapter on federalism, this feature of the bureaucracy strengthens the control of the central government over the administration of the state, because all these officers are appointed by the central government but they are doing their work in states. So indirectly central control the states in under central government control the state government, you can say that. And the bureaucracy is an instrument through which welfare policies of the government must reach the people. But when most often it is so powerful that people are afraid of approaching a government officer. लोग डरते हैं. It is a common experience of the people that bureaucracy is insensitive to the demand and expectation of the ordinary citizen, because it is always blamed that IAS officer people don't want to go to IAS or an IAS officer because they thought that they are insensitive and can't consider the demands of a common man. Only if the democratically elected government control the bureaucracy, some of these problems can be effectively handled. On the other hand, too much political interference turns the bureaucracy into an instrument in the hands of politicians. If political leaders interfering in the functioning of IAS officers, because they assist the leaders, so political influence is always there, and they become the instrument in the hands of the politician because they appointed to assist these leaders. Though the constitution has created independent machinery for recruitment, why independent machinery means UPSC select them because UPSC is not under the influence of any ministers. Okay, so that these IAS officers appointed on the basis of their ability, they work with the leaders, but because they are able, because they are skilled, because they are trained, so they never get into the influence of others, ministers. Many people think that there is no provision for protecting the civil servant from political interference. In the performance of their duties, it is also felt that enough provisions are not there to ensure the accountability of the bureaucracy to the citizen. Some people also blame that there is no provision in the constitution that these IAS officers, how these IAS officers be accountable to the citizen of people, accountable, answerable. It means for their function, how they give answers to the common man. Okay, what they are doing, how the transparency can be come in their functioning. कैसे उनके काम में ट्रांसपेरेंसी आ सकती है, कैसे लोग देख सकते हैं कि ये कर क्या रहे हैं. There is an expectation that measures like the right to information may make the bureaucracy a little more responsive and accountable. But एक expectation है that the people have the right to vote. Right to information. right to information. This act was enacted in 2005. Okay. And right to information, according to right to information, you can ask any you can ask from any government department what is going on the department, what is the result of it, what is, you can ask anything. So you can say that by this right to information act, you are right, you have the right, which right to information, जानने का अधिकार, सूचना का अधिकार कि चल क्या रहा है. Okay, by this act the bureaucracy, means the government officer, be little responsive and answerable to the common man. Clear? So today we have done, first of all, meaning of the permanent executive, then the features of permanent executive, then how the permanent executive selected by UPSC. Okay, and these are the classification of civil service. Clear? If you have any problem, then you can call me. Okay.